Morning, folks. How are you? It's still nice and dark outside, but it's sunny in here. I might have a wee holiday at the pods and a wee shower out there in the shower rooms and the toilets. So yesterday we were talking about the no-lose model and how you can win-win in any situation given the decisions, and how we're socially conditioned all our life to believe that everything's quite difficult and we're almost paralysed when decision. Morning, Joanna. How are you? So Alex was a perfect example. He's now practicing psychologist in Los Angeles. And he had originally intended to follow in his father's footsteps to become a lawyer, but he took a decision to step outside of that and actually look at his situation as a win-win situation. So we're going to continue about Alex. So the set of events was invaluable in terms of teaching Alex to take responsibility for his own life. And this was from yesterday in the continuation. Perhaps neither he nor his father realised at the time, but his father really did not favour him making his stand on his own 2 feet. Alex learned that if you want something badly enough, there's a way to get it. And if there was a way, he would find it. He knew that if he wouldn't been able to obtain a fellowship, he would have found another way. As a result, he approached future decisions with a feeling of power and energy and excitement. Remember, underlying to all our fears is a lack of trust in ourselves. Each step that Alex took, despite the outcome, even when it meant a loss of financial support and delay in his education, was an opportunity for him to learn to trust himself and to provide for his own needs. Morning, Sarah. Morning, Anne-Marie. Morning, Louise. It's interesting to me when I talk about the no-lose model. The resistance initially is very, very high from people. I mean, come on, be realistic. You can't win-win in every situation. I mean, I go back to saying we're socially conditioned like this. So when I challenge people about this, they can't find a more credible or any more credence in the no-win model than in the no-lose model when you think about it. Yet the latter can move us from a position of pain to power, which is ultimately our goal as we learn to deal with the fear within us. Morning, Louise. Another point to consider is that it feels better to come from a no-lose position. Why continue to resist coming from a no-lose position? Why continue to feel pain, paralysis, and depression? Yet we continue to do it until we incorporate into our other being a way of seeing the world in another way. Then we can only slowly begin to change the no-win thinking that has kept us victimised all our life. A critical factor in setting the no-lose model, in other words, whatever decision you make, you'll always win in that situation because you can always see the good in it. Classic example is when it was pouring and rain at the weekend. First thing I thought, at least we'll not have a drought. And that's the way you've got to think about outcomes and opportunities. There's always something good in what can happen. It might be hard for you to accept the fact of losing a job in any given situation. Traditionally, opportunities in life are thought as relating to money, status, and visible signs of success. So I'm asking you to think about opportunity in an entirely different light. Every time you encounter something that forces you to handle it, your self-esteem is raised considerably when you do. You learn to trust that you'll survive no matter what happens. And in this way, your fears are diminished immeasurably when you think about it. Now, here's the key. The knowledge that you can handle anything that comes your way is the key to allowing yourself to take a healthy, life-affirming risks in what you're doing. The knowledge that you can handle anything that comes your way is the key to allowing yourself to take healthy, life-affirming risks. So they're calculated. So getting back to my earlier example, if the outcome of you choosing to move to a new job is for you to lose that job within a few months, you now see how you have this stop or satisfying position somewhere else. In the meantime, you'll be meeting new people and enlarging your world, seeing in this light, losing your job becomes a no-lose situation when you think about the logic of that. I'm very logical, by the way. I do mention logic quite a bit. I have often said, perhaps the lucky ones in life are those who have been forced to face things in their lives that we all hope would never face. Such things as losing the job, or losing a person or a loved one, a divorce, a bankruptcy, or an illness. A lot of the times, all these people actually bounce back from where they've come from. And I'm actually going to talk about this on some of my shows that I do in the continuing time to come. And I will be introducing some people, some really semi-famous people. Once you've handled all those things, you emerge a much stronger person. I know of few people who have experienced loss and haven't felt a large measure of pride in themselves at finding a way forward and to handle it despite the adversity faced against them. They've discovered the security is not having things, it's actually handling things. So they've discovered the security is not having things, it's having handled things. Thus, when you can answer all of your what ifs with I can handle it, remember that, you can approach all things with a no-lose guarantee, and the actual fear disappears right from within you. So now that you've learned there are really no right or wrong answers or decisions when using the no-lose model, there are steps you can take to heighten your awareness about the alternatives that lie before you. This awareness will better improve the chances of your outcome being aligned with your actual wishes, and will give you greater peace of mind. So I suggest we'll talk about the following steps tomorrow that you face when you face a major decision and after you've made a major decision. So tomorrow we're going to talk about before making that decision. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. Have a nice day.